Now here at Southern Rock Racing, having a good time. Can't wait to do it again. Get back at it.
The Southern Rock Racing Series post-race show has been brought to you by PSC Steering Components.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Southern Rock Racing post-race show for POWERLINE Park, presented by National Tire and Wheel.
We had a blast at POWERLINE Park.
We did.
It was some new hills that we cut, and big thanks to Greg for having us out.
Everybody had a blast. So, Go For Tire, ORB Fab, National Tire and Wheel, Super ATV were all on site, helping out the drivers, the fans, with absolutely anything that they needed.
Yep. Jeremy York was also on site with the Southern Rock Racing Barbecue, making sure everybody was fed.
We will be right back with the SRRS post-race show.
You got a game plan? Hold it straight. Don't mess up.
Welcome back, everybody. Clyde, we had 30 drivers in the side-by-side on Friday.
Yep. We put together a course that started out in a rock bed and basically went down a rock bed and then up and back across, back and forth a few times. So it gave them several hill climbs and descents. We went in, made an eye, and came back out. And I heard lots of drivers say it was their favorite course so far.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we had P.A. Allen, who doesn't race very often. As a matter of fact, I think it was his first race. He ended up taking the win with a 121.915 with 50 points.
Yeah.
Chris Wolf, he races pretty often. He ended up with a 122.018 with 46 points. And Jason Wofford with a 124.508 for 43 points. So that was your first, second, and third for the day. It puts the point standings with Brandon Davis still in the lead at 184. Danny Smith is now in second with 155. And Jason Sparks is in third with 125 points. It was a great day of racing for the side-by-side guys. We had a good, nasty, slick course for them.
That it was.
We will be right back with the SRRS post-race show.
Welcome back, y'all. On Saturday, we had 32 bouncers registered for POWERLINE. Clyde, tell us how that worked.
At POWERLINE, it's a new park for the bouncers. It's a new park that we visited this year. We went out and cut 2 new hills with the help of the recovery guys, and actually some of the racers and their families, they actually go out and help us prep as well. The first hill, we started with a turn. One thing I'll mention is after we got everything cut on Thursday and Friday, we had a monsoon come in Friday night, so it turned these already steep, tough hills into some really steep, slick, tough hills. So there was a lot of people that didn't even make it out the top. But the first hill started out with a turn with a few step ups, and then at the end it was really steep and loose. I wouldn't say it was real loose, it's real slick from all the rain. And then the second hill, we opened it up really big, and the beginning of it was real steep where some of the drivers got some big air. Had to go up and make a tight turn in the trees just to keep it where they have to drive. And then kind of a steep off-camber climb out the top. End of the day, Tim Cameron pulled it off again with an 18.907 with 41 points on the first hill and a 17.384 with 50 points in the second hill, giving him 91 points and taking first place for the day. Joe Pierce took second place with a 17.263, giving him 50 points on the first hill, which was the fastest time. And on the second hill, 22.168, giving him 39 points, giving him 89 points overall with second place That guy drives all the way down from Maine to run these events, which this was probably one of the closer ones for him, but the southern events, he drives a long ways to come down and race with these guys. He said he absolutely loves it.
Yeah, he's dedicated for sure.
Sean Tolson, which is our last year's champion, made it to third place this event with a 22.312, giving him 38 points on the first hill, and a 19.496 with 43 points on the second hill with 81 points overall, taking third place. The point standing now is Tim Cameron in first with 357. Ethan Spiegel is still in second with 320. And Bobby Tanner has moved up to third with 278 points.
All right, good job, guys. All right, as most of you know, for 2015, RCV is doing a best of show for the Southern Rock Racing. So Clyde, tell us how that works.
It works the same way as far as points. First place is determined by the people that get the most votes on our website. So after each event, we have a poll on our website where the fans can get on and vote for who they thought put on the best run or best show or whatever you want to call it. And that is turned into a point system, just like the times. So the guy that gets the most votes for this event will get 50 points, second place 46 points, third place 43, 42, all the way down. So be sure and get on and vote for it. If you weren't there live, watch the videos and check them out.
We will be right back with the SRRS post-race show.
What'd you do today?
I got caught on some trees, but I made it up the hill.
Right up in there?
Yeah.
Welcome back. Y'all be sure to catch all the videos like the one you just saw from Mad Ram, Busted Knuckles, and or Rock Rigs. That way you can make sure you put in the right vote. Alright, we now have Mr. Danny Smith here, driver of the Warfare buggy. How you doing?
Pretty good. How about you?
Not too bad, not too bad. So we're going to ask you a few little questions. You ready?
Yes, sir.
Alright. Clyde, you want to start off?
Yeah, first I want to give a huge thanks to the RCV recovery crew that helps get these drivers back off the course, keeps them safe, and helps us recover rigs that don't make it out the top or have issues or whatever. What attracts you to do what we do?
Big horsepower is one of the main things. Adrenaline. Love adrenaline. The people. Y'all, your crew. They all like a big family. I've created a huge group of friends that's out of this world, and I get to travel, which I never really did before I started doing this. So
I hear the word family a lot out of the drivers when they talk about the sport.
Absolutely.
Which is pretty cool. Danny, you got any good questions for him?
Well, yeah, I'll tell you what. Danny, give us a good verbal walk around of Warfare.
Warfare. Ooh, worst 12 weeks of my life. Clyde Bynum over here, he almost killed me building Warfare. And we tore Yellow down Thanksgiving weekend and had it on a Warfare built and on a trailer, headed to California the last week of January. And we actually finished it on a trailer and ran backdoor shootout. Bobby dominated, of course. Buggy completed it, finished it. So that's all we could ask for. We were happy with that. And Clyde and the crew built one heck of a buggy. Wasn't sure if I could cuss there. But
what's a lot of the components that stand out to you in that buggy?
Warfare has a great suspension setup. Fox, 16-inch. What are they, triple bypasses?
Triple bypasses.
16-inch triple bypasses.
Triples is something new that a lot of drivers are starting to do.
Well worth it, because Yellow almost broke my back every time I drove the buggy. It was horrible. And it's got 2.0 emulsions on the front, 16-inch travel. It has 14-bolt axles front and rear. We're sporting RCV shafts in the front, 40 spline inners with 2-inch 47 spline outers. Opalicious stepped up and built us a great set of knuckles for the front. Overson hubs and disc brakes on the front end. We're running aluminum links. I believe we're running 2 1/4 lowers, 2-inch uppers, 1 1/4 chromoly heims. Steve Schmidt 440 cubic inch small block that was actually just put in 3 days before this past race. PTC Turbo 350 with a PTC stall. And we're actually running a SES, strongest transfer case ever made. I would suggest it to anybody. The dry shafts are high angle drive lines, and we're running 1480 joints on both ends of the rear drive shaft, 1410 all the way through on the front, with long travel splines. And down to our rear axle is a 14-bolt corporate with RCV shafts in it, full float. We have, what was it, wide open design spools?
Yep.
Wide open design spools front and rear, factory 30 spline base spool in the rear, 40 spline front.
Sounds like a big upgrade from the original old yellow.
Huge. Huge.
I guess the plan stepped up a little bit than just changing the chassis out there.
Yes, sir. And one extra seat that Boss Man didn't want in there.
Yep. How often do you use that seat?
All the time, I actually let my dad ride with me every race, and
He seems to love it.
he's thrilled.
Well, guys,
Bob,
go ahead.
tried to get Bobby Tanner to ride with me on the second hill, but he chickened out. He told me he wouldn't ride with me no more after watching that, so. That's Bobby's call out, by the way.
Well, I guess he'll know it when he sees it.
He will.
Everybody thanks to Danny for coming out and being on the show with us. Our next event is at Hot Springs, Arkansas, July 17th and 18th. We are going to be running Showtime Hill, which is a hill that's never a race hill for us. It's always been a bounty. And usually the drivers, when we're at that park, they're done at the end of the race day. So we decided to put together an event where they get to come run Showtime Hill. Only 2 people's ever climbed it, and that's Tim Cameron and Bobby Tanner. We're going to see if anybody else can make it out the top.
Think you can do it?
I mean, I plan on it. According to Richie Keith, all you gotta do is go straight, so steering shouldn't be an issue. So it ought to be great.
Listen to him.
July 17th and 18th. Friday, July 17th, we'll be doing a side-by-side competition, and Saturday we'll be doing Showtime Hill. Come out and see us.
The Southern Rock Racing Series post-race show has been brought to you by PSC Steering Components. This has been a Rock Riggs production. Rock Riggs is a copyrighted production.